Make sure you've had a chance to try this question on your own before you watch the video. So if you haven't had a chance to try it on your own yet, I really encourage you to try it and then come back and watch the video. The first point that I see on this page is that in many problems, the angle of elevation or the angle of depression is determined by a person's eye level and not from ground level. So this question tries to show you that. Let's read it really carefully. In the diagram, the man on the ground is standing 12 feet away from the wall. So as I read, I'm just going to label what I know. So he's 12 feet away from the wall. The angle of elevation from his eye to his wife in the building is 62 degrees. If the man's eye level is 6 feet off the ground and his wife's eye level is 5.2 meters from the top of the building, so here, determine the height of the building altogether to the nearest foot, okay? So this is what they're looking for. Now, I'm just gonna, let me see, let's highlight the triangle that we're looking at here. From his eye to his wife's eye, across to the building, and then straight up and down. What I'm gonna do, or the strategy I'm gonna try, is I'm gonna try to look at that triangle and solve for its height. Then I'll add on the height I knew because of his eye level being 6 feet off the ground, and then I'll add on the final height that they gave me of the distance from her eyes to the top of the building. Okay, let's start with that green triangle in there. And if you want, you can pull it out and draw it for yourself. I know that this bottom angle down here is 62 degrees. I know the base of it's 12 feet. I don't know the height of it, and that's what I want to find out. So from the 62 degrees, I've got the adjacent side, and I want to know the opposite side. So I'm going to use the tan ratio. A tan of 62 degrees would be equal to the length of the opposite side divided by the length of the adjacent side. Now I like to do all my isolations first, and then I can punch it in my calculator. So since there's an unknown on the right hand side of my numerator, it's important that I get rid of the 12. So I'm going to cross multiply. So 12 times the tan 62 degrees is equal to the height of the green triangle only. So grab your calculator and let's see. 12 times the tan of 62 degrees. And I don't use the second function feature because I know the angle is 62 degrees. So this height, the 22.5687, and I'll just try to keep all those decimals, represents the height of the green triangle. 22.5687 equals x. So from the green triangle only, I've got 22.5687. But that's not the full height of the building, so I need to add the 6 feet that came below the man's eye level and the 5.2 feet, pardon me, I wrote meters, but it's feet, that came above the woman's eye level. So if I can add those three numbers together, I've got the full height of the building. So I just kept the decimal in my calculator, and I'm going to add 5.2 meters are still to remain in the building above the wife's eye level, and 6 feet were below the man's eye level. So altogether, to the nearest tenth, this building is 33.8 meters tall. So I've got 33.8 meters. Because it was a word problem, it was asked to be in a sentence. I'm going to answer in a sentence. The building is 33.8. I keep saying meters, but I apologize. I mean to say feet. Feet.